I like these 3 things insert thing that you're thinking. I like them a lot. I like them because they're nice summaries of things that you can just remember and jot down very quickly. Even if you heard them before, it doesn't matter. In fact, you haven't heard these before. I just realized that it's probably not a good idea to tell you things that you have heard. So you'll be like, oh, yeah, I don't need to watch this. No. Don't listen to former Jordan. Listen to current Jordan right now. You need to listen to this. And if you don't listen to this, I hope that the moon just explodes and kills everyone and one of the rock pieces hits your house. But, that's probably not going to happen. That specific way of dying. There's probably other ways that I could have used that were much more specific, but that's how much I care about you. I hope that you die in a very non-specific, special way, because what a way to go out, huh? Anyway, sorry. Thank you so much for signing up to this channel, by the way. Make sure that you like and subscribe. Now, let's just go into these things. That grim beginning did not help with the first one, which is, obviously, you're going to have to write this down. I am obsessed with drilling this into people's minds at the moment because I just keep reading the research, which is negative self-talk. That is screwing you up more than anything else. Negative self-talk is debilitating. If you are constantly, think about this, right? Life is hard enough. You know how you hate criticism from other people? Don't act like you don't. There's very few people out there that can handle being like, you suck, fuck you, you're terrible all the time, right? No one can really handle it. Everybody hates it. That's why everyone's always complaining about their boss, because what is their boss? Their boss is just somebody that's sitting there telling them that they're shit all the time, right? Why do you accept it when it comes to yourself? I'll tell you why. Because you think that because it's in your head, that's how your brain works. Magically. There's nothing I can do about it. I'm just a victim of my biology. Codswallop! The reason that it's Codswallop, first off, anyway, is that because if you had one of those mums that was just like, you're so special, you're so handsome, go Jacob, yay! I'm going to bathe you in milk and give your butt cheeks a kiss. Right? Those people do not have that self-talk in their head. That self-talk always comes from parents. Because that was the first voice that you heard in your head. And most people's parents are endlessly critical. Just ask the Jews, eh? Am I right? Yeah, I've watched some Seinfeld episodes. It's probably not very safe to say that at the moment because of the whole Kanye stuff. And that is also why I was saying it as well. It's just like, Kanye, can you not get everyone to go down with you? All right? Like, I'm enjoying the spectacle. But, anyway, but what I'm saying is, that classic thing of just like, the Jewish method. Like, what is that? And there's always that thing of just like, self-hating Jew. Very linked. Very, very linked. Absolutely. So that is what you need to change immediately. You need to think about your brain, first off, just being like a radio station that you can just flip it and you can go from classical FM to WSFM. And we're talking about the classics, which is stop talking to yourself negatively. That's what I want from you. That is what I want from you. What am I always saying about that? There are always people that are adding this as well, that you can talk like your parent that you wanted. That's a good way of correcting it, and that's definitely true. And then the other way, obviously, is talk to yourself like you're your best friend. At least be in your own field. Be behind your own team. What chance do you have? Think about this, right? Always. Basic self-help. What is in your body internally happens externally, especially if you're put in a pressure chamber where you explode. I don't know why there's these very, not going to happen ways that you're going to die. But, you're in a pressure chamber, you explode. And that's what I want you to think about your soul, happening all the time, is that wherever you are walking, what you are feeling on the inside is getting picked up by the people around you. It is called state transferal. And every time you meet someone that is self-hating, that is self-doubting, you immediately think, what do you think immediately about that other person? What? Ugh. That's what you're giving off. And everything immediately changes very quickly. Your confidence goes up. What you aim for in life goes up. How long you're able to work at things. How much you believe in yourself. Or everything. Everything that you could ever want in terms of internal game changes when you change your internal dialogue. There is nothing that is more important than that. You talk to yourself like you're your best friend. When you wake up in the morning, what do? I don't want to get up. This sucks. Start talking, like, how does your best friend talk to you about in that kind of situation? Just imagine their head in there. That's your new voice from now on. The person that is most in your corner in your life, that's there all the time. From now on, that's the first thing that you write down. Negative self-talk. I don't want to hear any more nonsense about that. What I do want to hear about is the second one. What is it, Jordan? I wrote these down, so you're going to have to bear with me just in case you're listening to this on Spotify, which I've heard that sometimes it's there and sometimes it's not. It's a very professional outfit we run here at Jordan Shanks. Someone else out there is going to rescue me from my own life. Now, this is the one that is the absolute killer. Everybody in life, always, I think, it's first off just a complete robbery of your time. In terms of effectiveness, you want to be efficient in life, you want to get results, you want to do what other people do, and you know those people where you just sit there and you think, how do they do that? They're just so good at their field. You know, like that NRL player that's very good. I watch it all the time, trust me, guys. But that guy, right? What has he done that the other ones didn't do? While the others were always waiting for I'm going to wait for the playoffs and then the coach is going to see my skills. So is the coach going to do it? They're always looking out. You going to help me? You going to help me? Mommy, can I have that? I want that, please. Scavengers. That's what scavengers do. Seagulls at the beach. That's you. Every time you're ever just sitting there being like, hopefully this person's going to get me this job. Or maybe this person's going to, go, please can they go date with me? Like that kind of thing, right? Like that mentality of someone else is going to give me something in life is a surefire recipe for failure. Just know how you're thinking that when you're in traffic, everyone else is thinking the exact same thing. Someone's going to rescue me out of my life, right? Someone's going to do it. Someone's going to give me my dreams. They're going to tap me on the shoulder. Getting more and more desperate the older they get. I really do not know where I would be right now if I didn't read that Tony Robbins book when I was 19. I really don't. It scares me. Because the way that people think, it's just so natural. And I remember what it was like to think like that. It is I do think like that all the time. You need these principles drilled in your head. That is why it's so important for these things to be repeated all the time. Because, I forget the 12 years of self-help. I forget that stuff all the time. I always think maybe someone will collab with me and I get more views that way. Not going to happen. It's not happening. The quicker you realize that you are going to reap the rewards in life that you have sown, the quicker you realize that you sow exactly what you reap in life and nothing more. So if you reap a good crop, you get a good crop. If you reap no crop, you get shit crop. That's it. So what is the alternative to that? As I was explaining in the Japanese video, actually, ikigai. Whatever you were doing at that moment, at that exact moment, you make sure that you are doing it to the fullest. Doesn't matter what it is. It just means that whatever is in front of you, you get into the habit of doing it well. And it doesn't matter what happens after that. You are going to be good at everything you do because you have made it a habit that I am going to put all of my attention into this and I'm going to make this good. Then you eventually become one of those people that other people look up to and be like, can I have that? Please, I want cheap. That's what happens to you. Now let's go to the third one. The third one is, this is the classic Tony Robbins. How good is this quote? Make sure you like this video if you like this quote. Most people major in minor things and not the other way around. Very true, isn't it? I mean, so do I. Everybody does it all the time. It is just the way. It's actually what they were talking about, right? If you wanted to make a problem that is impossible for human beings to solve, climate change. Let's just take away all of the negotiations, all of the special interests, just the way that the human brain works of it's not that hot, is it? That's fine. No one else seems to be panicked. Just keep going. Oh, fuck, there's a bushfire. Oh, no, there's no bushfire again. Already, what's happened? Bushfires haven't happened. Oh, it's been raining for 3 years. I guess that's bushfires solved forever now. That's how human beings think. Isn't it scary? Immediately, what's ever in front of your face? This hand. Jordan's hand. Jordan's hand. It's kind of got redness at knuckles. You just forgot about your life. Just at that. Just the most boring thing just put in front of you. There you go, hand. Hands are pretty cool, I guess. It's natural for you to just think about, because life is just made up of just incrementally, just a bunch of teeny moments. Even this is something that is incredible. Also, when I was reading Tom Brady's book, he was talking about exactly the same thing. He was saying that, you could be doing the Super Bowl that day. What is the Super Bowl? The Super Bowl is just a sequence of teeny events that you are trying to do well. That's it. Even the biggest event in America every year, the Super Bowl. And he's sitting there being like, okay, make sure that I walk out, warm up, make sure that you kick the ball at this line. That's all he's thinking about. Momentary, breaking it down into the smallest pieces, right? There is a time for that. Yeah, that's true. And this is exact opposite, and this is the whole thing about self-help again. What is it? There is a lot of advice that is inverted. So in those moments, because life is all made up of those small moments, yes, you are supposed to be perfecting those moments. Absolutely you are. However, where are you going in life? Really? Think about it. How much of your life are you just going through the motions? How much better would your life be if you were at least conscious about what you were doing and where you were going? How do you get that in your head? That's why it's always just the point. Goals. Where are your goals? Can you write down your goals? Can you tell me your top 3 goals right now? What are your top 3 goals? You don't know, do you? What's happening then? You're walking around in a daze, wasting away your life, and it is purposeless. The way that you get out of that is to have a vision. People that have visions go towards those visions, and you would be shocked how many times people complete those visions when they have them. It's just that most people don't have those visions. At a best estimate, they think that 3% of the population writes down their goals. At a best estimate. Isn't it interesting? Anybody that does have these things, it doesn't matter how long you look at it. Look, I have somebody else the other day that I've known for 10 years. They've always said, I want to work in television. I thought, good luck, there's none in Australia. Then she went, yeah, okay, I'm going to the UK. She went to the UK, got the job, and a huge breakdown in their marriage. You can learn about that up later. But anyway, so that all happened, yeah, sure. But she actually got her dream job. She works with the BBC now, working in television as a producer. Now, doesn't that is one of those insane jobs that you just think, no one has that. That's all from connections. She didn't have any. She comes from Australia. She made it there. She slogged it out for 10 years. 10 years is a long time. If you're moving towards something for 10 years, you will attain your goal. I'm living proof of it. She's living proof of it. There are countless, numerous examples across the planet of people that do it because they just focus on the big picture a little more. It is natural for you to focus on the small things in life all the time. And yes, there is a time and a place for that, but that is something that most people don't do. Most people just walk through their life and then they just bump into things. Oh, I got this job now. Oh, I got this partner now. No creation, no thinking in their mind into the long term. And how do people, what is the defining trait between people that are successful and unsuccessful in life? People that are successful in life are able to think further into the future. They're able to start regimenting their lives to get towards that, because that is all life is about, missions and completing them. You want to complete a mission that would help me out a lot, you sign up to Shanks. And the reason that it helped me out a lot is because the more referrals that I can get of people saying that I became a millionaire, somebody did this the other day. I've still got to read it, actually. Sorry about that, man. I completely forgot about it until then. But there was somebody that came up to my show maybe 4 months ago. Even this. Spent 3 years, because of Jordan Shanks, writing, researching, investing, how to invest. 3 years of research. Do you think that guy's going to be a good investor, especially if he keeps going like this? Do you think he would have started without this? No. That's why you need to sign up to Jordan Shanks, because if you have these reminders, you start accomplishing things that are great. You gave me this long slide, still haven't looked at it. Sorry, obviously I'm just a very busy man. It's like, look, I'm trying to save koalas here, okay? But like, that's what happens. That is what happens. I drill into you greatness. If I do say so myself. But I do. Because that's what self-help does. It forces you to focus on the things that matter, that make you a better human being, that make you a more capable human being, that allow you to complete the dreams that you want to complete. Because it's quite counterintuitive, a lot of these things. The way that you get to your dreams, very few people do it. But there is a path, and it is well documented. And I have the answers behind a paywall. So make sure you sign up to Jordan Shanks, and I'll see you next time.